Hello, this is Patrick from XPression. I'd like to show you a new feature in XPression Maps 3.4 and higher, the use of the Drawing Relations tool in the Shape Editor. So I have a map here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to search for England. And when I do, what I want you to notice, again, many of us make a mistake. The United Kingdom is not England. England is a part of the United Kingdom. So I'm going to put the England shape on my map. So now you see that it's here. Now, what I want you to notice, this is a default color. Normally I would use a shape style. And again, when I go to the shape editor, I could choose different tools to choose what shape style I want to have happen here. Some of them are going to be different than others. Again, most of these are going to show up as just different colors. That's fine. But maybe there's something I want to do that's different. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do this two different ways and show you this extra tool that's in here. I'm going to take, for example, in my drawing toolbox, I have a group of areas, and one of my areas is the color red. If I take the color red and I bring it out on my map and I just create a big blob over the screen, I am covering everything. If I go into my shape editor, and at the bottom there's a series of menu choices that are what we call an accordion. I'm going to choose Drawing Relation, and when I do, I'm going to come over to the Drawing Overview menu, and you can see I've got red 100% because that's the drawing tool I added on. If I click and drag, and I hold on to it until I get to the Drawing Relations tool, you'll see that the no symbol turns to a plus symbol. And now that's showing up as part of the listed objects in here. And you see two icons, and there's icons above this. The S is for the shape, or the outline that the database is putting out there. The shape is the geometric boundaries of the geography. And there's A, which is the area, and that's an area tool, for example, that I've dragged in. I'm going to go into the first column here, and I'm going to choose the checkbox for having the shape define it. And what I want you to notice is basically what's happening is the shape is now masking whatever the area is that I've put into the system on my map. So this is a way that I can define having that function as the shape defining where the color goes. If I turn that off and I choose the other one, you're not going to see too much difference. So I'm going to say that's pretty much all I really want to show you here. I'm going to delete that from my map, and you notice the shape is gone. I'm going to choose a different one now. And what I want you to notice, I'm going to take the orange stripe shape. And again, it's orange and blank. So I'm going to take it, and instead of drawing a big blob object on there, I'm going to drop it on top of England. And you can kind of see as I drop it on England, it's kind of mixing together with everything that's there. Well, I'm going to do something very similar again. I'm going to go to the Drawings Overview panel, and I want to drag that in. Before I do, I've got to go to my Shape Editor, make sure that's selected. I'm going to grab the English shape, drop it in, and what I want you to notice, if I choose the first column, it doesn't really do anything, but this is where the second one, where the area is defining what's going on, and you can see the area is going to handle the masking. So it's looking at the country, and you can see where the orange shape was invisible and where the orange shape has a stripe. So you can now see that I have a stripe and a shape here. I could have done this with any of the color pieces that I have, but this allows me to have this particular pattern where I was hoping to have it by using the Drawing Relation tool and letting the area define the intersection rather than the shape defining the intersection. And that's what those two icons mean. This is the shape defining where it goes, and this is the area defining where it goes in the intersection.